what matters is profitability.
Yeah.
Nobody cares how much Bitcoin you have on your balance sheet if you're not profitable. So the fact that they could increase their profitability by taking profits was genius.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. That is Fat Man Zoom. I just noticed that we're both wearing pink.
I know. Yeah. I noticed that.
And the stock market is crazy and chaotic. We made it our mission to help you guys own it. So, Fat Man Zoom, interesting topic today. Everybody's losing their mind because Tesla sold a bunch of Bitcoin.
Yeah, they sold over $200 million worth of Bitcoin. They had recently purchased $1.5 billion, and I don't think anybody anticipated them doing it, but the first earnings after they purchased it, they end up trimming off some of it. So we're going to decide, is this the end of Tesla selling Bitcoin, or are they going to continue to sell Bitcoin and the market's going to continue to lose their mind?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But why don't you go ahead and set the people up? What happened in the first place? How did this all transpire? Yeah,
so Tesla reported earnings on Monday, which was highly anticipated, and they had a stellar earnings.
Yeah.
I mean, so the estimates were 79 cents a share. They came in at 93 cents a share. Revenue beat $10.39 billion, up 74% year over year. Another profitable quarter, and two things caused the stock to react poorly, according to consensus, which is regulatory credits. And I guess certain people didn't feel that regulatory credits, they should benefit off of that, which is a separate discussion. But also Bitcoin and the fact that they sold Bitcoin, basically they use their gains to decrease their operating expenses, right? To help their balance sheet. And so, or their P&L, I should say. And so that helped them achieve profitability. So that's what happened. And really, when you think about it, it was 10% of their position that they 10%. Sold.
Yep.
They still have a shit ton of Bitcoin. So let's first just talk about whether or my question to you is, do we think it's a big deal that they sold 10%? And what are your thoughts about them just selling it in general before we decide if they're going to sell more of it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to sell. In my opinion, I don't think they're going to sell anymore for the foreseeable future. I think that it wasn't a big deal. And I think that people are kind of like overreacting to this whole thing. These are, I guess, one-offs in my opinion, especially with as far as the quarter went. They actually did really good. They raised their margins and all that good stuff. So these are just kind of one-off situations. A lot of this has to do with Elon's stockholding program. And so I think that that's not going to be as much of an issue moving forward. So they're increasing their margins, all that good stuff. And we've talked about this. Like, if, as far as the tax credit stuff's concerned, if they didn't have those tax credits, they would have just raised the price of the vehicle. This just allowed them to sell a cheaper vehicle.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as the Bitcoin's concerned, my question to you is, as a business person, what do you think about the move to sell Bitcoin?
I see. So, yeah, I think that the move to sell Bitcoin was a smart one. We always talk about how you buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
I don't know if Elon or even Tesla in general, when they went and bought this, I think what's their average price on Bitcoin? I think it was like 35,000. Yeah. So if you make that kind of money, like, of course you're going to sell. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make any sense to just sit there and be like, oh, I'm just going to watch this fall all the way back down, because everybody knew that there was going to be a correction coming. Like, it was just very clear that it had gone up. And you look at the monthly chart and it's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. As a shareholder, from a business perspective, it was a genius move.
Yeah.
A genius. And because of that, I think they do sell more in the future. If it moves up, how do you not sell more? Not only do they sell more, they buy more. I think they do that. And people got to remember, this is a hedge. I know 1.5 billion is a lot of money to some people, to everybody. But for their business, 1.5 billion is a hedge. It's a store of value for them to put their cash somewhere. It's a smart move, and they're not the first company to do it, and they're not going to be the last.
Yeah.
People got to stop thinking like they're thinking unemotionally. Normal Bitcoin holders are like, diamond hands, hold it forever. No, they looked at their balance sheet and they were like, what matters is profitability.
Yeah.
Nobody cares how much Bitcoin you have on your balance sheet if you're not profitable. So the fact that they could increase their profitability by taking profits was genius. And so you should do it again if you have the opportunity.
Right. I mean, like, I think that they they spun it that they were going to use this as a test of liquidity, which honestly is a lot of bullshit. But the backlash for them selling so much is kind of what I'm thinking why they won't in the foreseeable future. And I think that's, I mean, we had Dave Portnoy calling him lettuce hands, and people were actually like buying into that.
Dave Portnoy, the person who bought Bitcoin and sold it within a week,
and only holds one Bitcoin and thinks that he's like belongs in the club, which is hilarious. But I mean, to be fair though, like a lot of people were in his camp that have been holding on to Bitcoin a lot longer than he has. And so I think that's why people were like kind of like all up in arms, like how could you do this? I mean, Elon was very clear though that he didn't sell any of his personal holdings of Bitcoin, but that was
what I was wondering about, because didn't he in the past say that he has nothing invested other than Tesla? I thought he said he's invested in nothing. But maybe he just meant stocks. Maybe he had Bitcoin, because I heard that too, and I'm like, wait, you just said a couple months ago that you don't invest in anything. You have all your money in Tesla.
It wasn't just people heard it. He actually responded to Dave Portnoy, and we'll put the tweet up here. He actually responded to Dave Portnoy that he still owns his own stake in Bitcoin.
I just thought I caught him in a lie. I know he said that.
Maybe, I don't. But I mean, according to Twitter, according to his responses on Twitter, he still owns his own personal stake in Bitcoin.
That's interesting.
And I think he owned, like, his kids own Doge.
Yeah,
he bought Doge for his kids.
Guys, in the comments, I'm sure somebody can pull up a tweet. In the past, he's also tweeted something about, for the record, I have no positions in anything. I only own Tesla.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's just stocks. Maybe I'm losing my mind. He said both. He said that he's owned Bitcoin, and he said he doesn't own anything. So I'm trying to get it straight, Elon. Or if you guys... Elon, if you're listening.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's probably, I just really want to hear from you guys, and I'm sure Fat Man Zoom does too. What are your thoughts on this? Is Tesla going to sell more Bitcoin in the future? Are they just going to continue to hold it? Are they going to diamond hands this? And just kind of give us your thoughts in the comments below. Would certainly love to hear from you guys. And if you guys haven't considered subscribing already, then please do so. We actually go live 3 times a week. Stock Watch Sunday is kind of our main thing. So if you guys want to come and hang out and give our outlook for the week, make sure you're checking in on Stock Watch Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'd love to have you guys hang out with us during that live stream.
I pity the fool. Bye.
That's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.